Hello dear students, welcome back to online biology bridge course program, and today in this video I am continuing the two kingdoms of five kingdom classification. So in the previous video I explained about the five kingdom classification system, and five kingdom classification system proposed by R.H. Whittaker, and he divided all the organisms which are present on the earth into five kingdoms, and the five kingdoms are kingdom Monera, which includes only bacteria. The next kingdom is kingdom Protista. The third one is kingdom Mycota. Fourth one is kingdom Plantae, and fifth one is kingdom Animalia. Due to the presence or by creating five kingdoms for specific group of organisms, the classification proposed by Whittaker is known as five kingdom classification, and it is most accepted classification system of the organisms. And also explained about kingdom Monera. The kingdom Monera includes all the bacteria. Other organisms are not included in the kingdom Monera. Specifically, the bacteria are the sole members, individual members of the kingdom Monera, and all the bacteria are prokaryotic in nature. The cell do not contain organized nucleus. The bacteria are found in almost all type of extreme habitats, and even they are present inside the body of an organism, even they are present on the surface of organism body. And we have also studied based on shape, the bacteria are classified into four types: spherical shaped bacterial cells, cocci; singular form is coccus; rod shaped bacterial cells, bacilli; singular form is bacillus. If the bacterial cell has the spring-like structure, spiruli; spirulum is the singular term, and comma-shaped bacterial cells are called vibrio. So these are the four basic forms of bacterial cells classified on the basis of their shapes. So continuing the same five kingdom system of classification, and in this video I am going to highlight the characters of kingdom Protista and the characters of kingdom Mycota. Which organisms are included in the Protista, what is their nature, how they are reproducing, and which structures are meant for their locomotion. So kingdom Protista, it is second kingdom in the five kingdom classification of R.H. Whittaker, because the first kingdom is kingdom Monera. Next to that one is kingdom Protista, and obviously the members of kingdom Protista are superior than that of Monera. Whatever the features that you have studied in the kingdom Monera, compared to that, the features or the characters of Protista are superior than that of the members of kingdom Monera. Here the kingdom includes all the single-celled eukaryotes, and all of them are placed under Protista. What it means? The kingdom Protista, in a simple way to remember, it includes unicellular eukaryotic organisms. Remember, the Monera includes only prokaryotes. In all the remaining divisions, the cells are of eukaryotic type. So what to remember? The kingdom Protista includes all the unicellular and eukaryotic organisms. What is meaning of eukaryotic organism? Here it is a cell. If this cell contains organized nucleus or proper nucleus, then the cell is said to be eukaryotic cell, and the organism with eukaryotic cells are called eukaryotic organisms. Let me write one more point here for the comparison purpose. In the kingdom Monera, only unicellular and prokaryotic organisms are included. Unicellular and prokaryotic organisms, and just I repeated the example for the members of kingdom Monera are bacteria. Here I will draw a simple cell to show the bacterium. This is the condition. Here the nuclear membrane is absent, therefore cell is prokaryotic. This coiled structure represents genetic material or hereditary material, and genetic material is nothing but DNA. In the eukaryotic cell, the DNA is present inside the nucleus, but well-defined nucleus is absent here. That is why the cell is called prokaryotic. Therefore, all the unicellular and prokaryotic organisms are the parts of kingdom Monera, whereas the unicellular and eukaryotic organisms are the parts of kingdom Protista. Then, members of this kingdom are primarily aquatic. What it means? Aquatic means organism which is surviving in the water media, whether it is fresh water or it is marine water or it is damp water. Damp water means collected water. Whatever the type of water it is, if the organism is surviving in the water media, it is called aquatic organism. And the members of kingdom Protista are primarily found, that means they are mainly found in the aquatic condition, that is they are present in the water. This kingdom forms, the sentence is very important, this kingdom forms connecting the link between plants and animals as well as fungi. The kingdom Protista forms a link between three another kingdoms of 5 kingdom classification, that is plants, animals and fungi. So first kingdom is kingdom Monera. From Monera the protists are evolved, that means they have developed, and from the Protista 3 more groups have been developed. They are plants, they have developed plants, animals and fungi. Therefore the Protista is forming a link between plants, animals as well as fungi. Then this sentence is also a new one. Some protists have pseudopodia, some have flagella and some have cilia for the purpose of locomotion. What is locomotion? Movement of the body or movement of organism from one place to another place is called locomotion. Say for example, in humans the legs are locomotory structures. For walking, running, jumping, we are making use of legs, and legs are meant for locomotion. Like that, in a lower organism, some structures are helping the organism for the purpose of locomotion, and they are pseudopodia, false foot. If you remember the structure of amoeba, this is amoeba, and amoeba contains nucleus, therefore it is eukaryotic organism. These structures can be represented as pseudopodia. Pseudo means false because they disappear. Poda means leg, that is why they are called false foot. The foot is not a permanent structure. and those foot-like structures disappear. Therefore, meaning of the pseudopodia is false foot. False foot because the pseudopodia are not the permanent structures. They are they are changing continuously. Therefore, pseudopodia is called false foot. Flagella. Here is the image of Euglena. This is image of Euglena, and Euglena, even though it is animal, it contains chloroplast. So chloroplast is present in Euglena, and for the purpose of locomotion, Euglena contains a long hair-like structure known as flagellum. Flagella is a plural term, flagellum is a singular term. The movement of flagellum helps in the locomotion in case of Euglena. Then one more is cilia. This is the image of paramecium, and in paramecium the entire body of the animal is covered by small hair-like structure, and these hair-like structures present around the body, they are called cilia, and even cilia are also meant for locomotion. Pseudopodia in case of amoeba, cilia in case of paramecium, flagella in case of Euglena. All these structures are helping in movement of the organism from one place to another place. Therefore, they are called locomotor structures and they help in locomotion. And members of Protista, they undergo the reproduction by both asexual and sexual method. Both the methods of reproduction are shown by Protista, but difference between asexual method and sexual method is that in asexual method, the gametes are not involved. Without involvement of gametes, if the reproduction is taking place, it is called asexual reproduction. And sexual reproduction, here the gametes are involved. The gametes are involved in the sexual reproduction, whereas gametes are not involved in the asexual reproduction, but both the type of reproductions are shown by the members of kingdom Protista. What are the things that you need to remember with reference to the characters of Protista? The Protista includes all the unicellular and eukaryotic organisms. The members of Protista are primarily found in aquatic medium. It forms a link between plants, animals and fungi. The locomotion in Protista may be with the help of pseudopodia, flagella, cilia, and the members of Protista, they show asexual and sexual reproduction. Then examples for Protista. The Protista includes slime molds, amoeba, Euglena, dinoflagellate, paramecium, diatoms and macroalga. And these are the images with reference to these highlighted terms. All these organisms are included in the kingdom Protista. All of them are unicellular and their body is made up of eukaryotic cell. So these are the things that you need to remember with reference to Protista. Just it is introduction. Actually, one topic is there in the first PUC, biological classification. In that topic, you are going to study in detail about the Protista. The next one, kingdom Mycota. The kingdom Mycota, it includes all the fungi. The fungi are included in the kingdom Mycota. They are alone members. The sole members of kingdom Mycota are nothing but only fungi. No other organism is included in the kingdom Mycota. Then what are the characters of kingdom Mycota? The Mycota includes eukaryotic, non-vascular, non-motile and heterotrophic organisms. If you compare the character of Monera protista and Mycota, in every kingdom the organisms have own characteristic feature and they are totally different from one another. In case of Monera, only prokaryotic organisms are present or included. In Protista, eukaryotic organisms are included, but just explained, they show the locomotion, they show the movement with the help of pseudopodia, with the help of cilia, or with the help of flagella. But here in Mycota, the term is non-motile. What is the meaning of non-motile? Non-motile means they do not show the locomotion. Meaning of non-motile, the members do not show locomotion. Then how they move? On their own ability, they are not moving, but with the help of blowing wind current, with the help of running water, they are carried from one place to another place, especially the minute microscopic structures called spores. They don't have the self-motility, they are non-motile. Then one more interesting term is here, non-vascular. Non-vascular means absence of xylem and phloem, absence of vascular tissues. Which tissues in the plant body are called vascular tissues? Hope you are familiar with the term xylem and phloem. Function of the xylem is to conduct the water and function of the phloem is to conduct the food. Xylem is involved in the conduction, means transportation, but specific term used is conduction. The xylem is involved in the conduction of water and phloem is involved in the conduction of food. In the animal body, the same function is carried out by blood, but plants does not contain the blood. The blood is absent in the plants. So instead of blood, the supplementation of water and food is carried out by two separate tissues known as xylem and phloem. The xylem and phloem are known as vascular tissues, but in the members of Mycota or in fungi, the xylem and phloem are completely absent. That is why they are called non-vascular. One more term is here, heterotrophic. What is the meaning of heterotrophic? Heterotrophic means unable to prepare the food, or the organism which is dependent on another organism for the purpose of food, they are called heterotrophic. Unable to prepare the food, such organisms are called heterotrophic. Then opposite term to heterotrophic, opposite term for the heterotrophic is autotrophic. All the green plants are autotrophic in nature because they are able to prepare their own food through the photosynthesis. But fungi, all the members of fungi, whichever fungi is included in the Mycota, all the members of Mycota are completely heterotrophic. They are unable to prepare their own food. Then next character of the Mycota, they may be unicellular or they may be filamentous. Unicellular means single cell is present. Filamentous, when many cells are arranged in the form of a chain. When many cells are arranged in the form of a chain-like structure. If this is one cell, this is another cell, this is one more. When many cells are arranged in the form of a chain, the structure is called filamentous. They are arranged in the form of a long chain. This is called filament. Then method of reproduction. They reproduce by producing the spores. Just like seeds in higher plants, the fungi produce the spores, and spores are very, very microscopic structures. They are carried by the wind current as well as they spread through the water. Fungi lack the chlorophyll and hence cannot perform photosynthesis. Just now I explained the members of mycota are heterotrophic. Heterotrophic means unable to prepare the food. Then question is, why the fungi are unable to synthesize the food? Because they do not contain chlorophyll. Chlorophyll is a green pigment necessary for the photosynthesis, but due to the absence of chlorophyll, the fungi are unable to undergo the photosynthesis. They are unable to prepare their own food material. Hence, the character is heterotrophic. Then lastly, examples for the mycota. Rhizopus, it belongs to the very lower fungi called Phycomycetes. Neurospora, it is sac fungi belonging to Ascomycetes. And one interesting example is yeast. Yeast is very commonly used in production of bakery items. The puffiness or the softness of bread and cake is due to the mixing of yeast. Basidiomycetes, commonly called club fungi, and here you can see the term agaricus. In the picture you can clearly identify it is mushroom. Common English term is mushroom, but biological term is agaricus, and mushroom is used as food. But there are some poisonous mushrooms are also present. Deuteromycetes, fungi imperfect, example is fusarium. So these are the common groups of kingdom mycota, and all the members are heterotrophic. They do not contain xylem and phloem. The cells are eukaryotic. Organism may be unicellular or filamentous. They cannot perform the photosynthesis due to the absence of chlorophyll, and they reproduce by producing the spores. So this is about the few characters of kingdom mycota and previously about the protista. Hope the explained part is clear for you. Thank you.